This podcast is protected under the laws of the United States and other countries. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or exhibition may result in civil liability, criminal prosecution, and the wrath of the tall man.
Boy! Hey, let's talk about you, the ID10T community events at ID10T.com, like Russ Stevens, aka Cool Movies Darth, who has started a podcast called 90 for Chill, which Russ says is dedicated to movies with a runtime between 74 and 99 minutes, the time frame that I feel is ideal. Russ, I could not agree with you more. That is a fantastic idea. Russ goes on to say there are times you need a cinematic fix but don't have time for the latest Scorsese masterpiece or offering from a comic book universe. There's also times when you need a conclusion to prevent a binge costing you a whole night. My guests and I try to follow these guidelines as we chat up features that are definitely worth your time and are beyond easy to make time for. 90 for Chill, the podcast, can be found on all major podcast platforms at 90forchill.com, and that's spelling out 90, Ninety, 4 FOR, chill. So there you go. Thank you so much for sharing, Russ. Really great idea for a podcast. Events at ID10T.com for everyone else.
Hello there.
Thanks for checking out 90 for Chill, the podcast with Cat Bus Russ. This is your host, Cat Bus Russ, and this is another Rewind Wednesday, which means I'm pulling out a classic conversation, this one back from July of 2022, that I think fits the theme of the month. And again, I'd like to make it about anime. That's anime, the Japanese form of animation, and of course Hot Topic calls it anime, ANIMAY. But I've still yet to get a guest lined up for any of those episodes, which if you want to be that guest, I'm willing to talk about any under 100-minute movie or, say, 3 episodes from a TV or OVA series. And, let's create some fried gold there. I'm available Sunday, and, I'm available right now, Friday, May 24th, Sunday, May 26th, and Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th, all day. So if you want to talk Japanese animation, hit me up. I'll be very grateful. So to do that, you just have to send an email to rustthebus07@gmail.com. That's RUSSTHEBUS07@gmail.com. And as I say, just offer me at least 40 minutes on Zoom and a topic, and we will get the work. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at CatBusRuss, on Blue Sky at CatBus.bk. It's tricky with its more difficult stuff, but I'm on Mastodon, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Blue Sky. You search for CatBusRuss and then you'll find me. So enough of that. This episode is at least going to be about adult animation. My guest was Gregory Carl, who we talked about DC movies a couple weeks ago, or how time is all relative, I suppose. The last Rewind Wednesday, I should say, was DC animation. This is going to be Phil Tippett's Mad God. This is the film that I thought was the best discovery I had made in 2022. It's a film that must be seen to believe. It's stop motion. It's virtually muted. I mean, it's disturbing in all the most beautiful ways. So I'm glad to pull up this conversation once again, and I hope I expose more people to this feature. I believe it is a Shudder exclusive, so if you have that app, you're gonna find it, and you're going to experience something. Enjoyment, not maybe not, but you're definitely going to respect the hell out of this feature. So otherwise, I just need to wrap this all up. We're getting better technology-wise. I got the MacBook working. I got my old files back from the HP. So it's full speed ahead at 90 for Chill, the podcast with Cat Bus Russ. Let me thank Station Marie Harden for keeping an eye on me, keeping me out of trouble, and I hope she does the same for everybody else she touched in her life, and I hope she's enjoying the presence of the most fluffy ghost, Skimble Shanks, the one-eared angel. So thanks for checking out 90 for Chill, the podcast. Rate and subscribe on your favorite podcast apps. 5 stars preferably. Be as honest as you want in the text. And if you want to talk trash about my podcast, hey, do that at CatBusRuss. Pick your media platform. I'll figure it out. So thanks for coming to the 90 for Chill the podcast, and I hope you enjoy.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
I could just scroll through Shudder and just look at things.
Although there's always a winner on Shudder. I mean, I can't believe how well maintained it is, in all honesty. Like, I mean, there's always a classic somewhere, and it's just, I mean, it's difficult getting to Matt. Like, okay, yeah, I should. You know, it's like, I know I have to watch Mad God, but Bob is just ranting about Craig Sheffer's performance in Nightbreed. And it's like, that's what they're doing tonight? Damn. So
I need to check back in with that drive-in show.
Oh, I loved Monster Vision back on TNT in the day. So
yeah, so did I. That last drive-in was one of the reasons why I subscribed to Shudder.
Why did I? Well, you talked me into it. I'll say that. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, I get Shudder, and then it's like all these cute little horror movies I'm paying $5 for on iTunes to own. It's like, damn it, they got them all.
They have everything almost.
Yeah. I don't know why Hellraiser 2 is off while Hellraiser's still on, but I digress about that. Yeah, it's good just to do some bullshitting before we really get to the subject matter, because I just
originals too, man.
I'm sorry.
They got really good originals too.
Oh yeah, no, I was actually watching I think it was originally on AMC. I just haven't had cable in so long. Eli Roth's History of Horror was what I was watching. Yeah. Which is good, because I was watching the Possession episode, and shamefully I own it on digital, still have not watched Jordan Peele's Get Out. So it's like, no spoilers, damn it.
Man, that was a surprisingly good. I didn't think I'd like that movie as much as I did.
Well,
it's a really good movie.
I mean, I think it's got to be the first horror movie to win Best Original Screenplay. I mean, when you go all the way back to Silence of the Lambs, the horror movie that won, well, I guess there you go. It won Adapted Screenplay because it won the Big Five. Well, hold on. Let's see. Big Five, Best Director, Jonathan Demme, Best Picture, obviously, Best Actor in Anthony Hopkins, Best Actress in Jodie Foster, friend of the podcast. We'll just say that. And then you'd have, it had to be Best Adapted Screenplay to be the fifth. So, but I mean, for a Best Original Screenplay horror winner, I mean, that's probably the biggest accomplishment of so far in the past 20 years, I guess, of well, of this century, I guess, of the Oscars. I mean, the only other thing comparable I would say would be Halle Berry and Denzel Washington winning the both acting Academy Awards in the same year. So, I think, I don't know. I think I've not watched Training Day, so I think Denzel Washington is probably praised more than the movie. I think Antoine Fuqua might be overrated. I mean, I love The Replacement Killers. Don't get me wrong. I've bought that several times on physical media. But I mean, Halle Berry definitely. I mean, Monsters Ball was definitely a work of art. But
I've never watched Monsters Ball.
oh, I mean, it gets visceral. I mean, it really hits all the checkpoints. Billy Bob Thornton is just great in it, but I think that's just people just expect that of Billy Bob Thornton to be solid. I think everybody was just amazed by Halle Berry, and it's a brilliant performance. I don't think it's anything she's going to replicate, which is one of those sad things about the systemic racism in Hollywood is like, okay. And well, I don't know, maybe having her, when I say visceral, it's more about the sex scene.
Yeah.
I would say, I think, oh no, you're a hot woman. So I think actresses like Regina King, which I'm sorry if I'm not calling her sexy, or Viola Davis, just don't get associated with. While Halle Berry, well, I mean, she warmed us up with Swordfish, so
yeah, but those two are great in their own right. Like, what was the first lady you said?
Regina King, I think.
Yes, she's mainly a voice actor, isn't she?
No, I mean, she's done a lot of voice work. I
That's
think
all I really know her from.
Well, let me see. Regina, I do. Oh gosh, now I'm going to sound like a total racist. So there's Regina Hall and there's Regina King. So basically, let me see. Come on.
Because I'm pretty sure I know for sure Regina King did voices on the Boondocks. Which
yes,
was
that's what Oh yeah, no, that was
she did The Youngest. I was blown away that was a woman's voice.
Well, I would.
Same thing with The Simpsons too, though. Growing up,
Yeah, I wouldn't be overly surprised. I mean, actresses. I mean, if you ever get around to gosh, I think I don't want to screw up his name. The director of Kira, I think it was Matsuhiro Otomo. As I said, forgive me, but he had his his comeback movie after Akira, which was like 15 years later, was Steam Boy, and Anna Paquin does the voice of Steam Boy. So
oh yeah, I try not to remember Steam Boy. That movie sucked.
Oh no, I love. I mean, it's definitely so. Okay, Regina King, she was on Watchmen, the TV series, and she wanted. Yeah, she was the lead. I know, and she was I know she's done a lot of other acting work. I mean, memorable.
Bad then, dude. She is awesome in that show.
Oh no, and I'm a fan of Watchmen the movie myself, but yeah, dang it, who did?
Yeah, people do hate on that Watchmen movie. I thought it was pretty decent.
The only thing I'm gonna say about it is, oh yeah, there's a lot of Zack Snyder slow motion.
Yeah, not as bad as Justice League though.
Oh, I haven't. Well, you see, I liked Batman v Superman. I'll stand by that. Now Justice League, I can't. Okay, yeah, she. I don't know why it didn't show up. Might show up on IMDb. Has just been messy. I mean, honestly, you probably had one of the best voice casts of all time on the Boondocks. Regina King as the Freeman brothers, John Witherspoon as granddad. I mean, oh geez, yeah. I mean, just going through it, it's like,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
never going to get another show like that again.
I don't know about that. I mean, thankfully, politics. It almost it feels like the Republicans, the right has screwed up finally far enough that we just like have to get like, all right, we're done. So now 12 minutes into the recording and a bunch of no's about the squash in my peripheral. There they go.
Yeah, dudes, I totally need you to tell me what the hell happened in this movie because I watched the whole thing. I still don't know. It did things to my head in spots.
Oh, so yeah. You see, this is it. I don't know if we can. There's a lot to talk about. In all honesty, when it comes to Mad King, a movie that clocks in at 83 minutes, just so. Oh, sorry, Mad Dog. I think you said Mad Dog for a sec. Mad God, Mad God, Mad God by Phil Tippett, legendary stop motion artist who's been working at least as far back as Star Wars: A New Hope. Okay, 1977, probably even further beyond that. I'm certain of that, but I digress. So this is 90 for Chill, the podcast. We're talking about an 83-minute movie tonight, and that movie is Phil Tippett's Mad God. And my guest, once again, is the, dare I say, master of Shudder by this point, one Gregory Carl. It's great to have you back. And Mad God, is kind of the talk of cinema. Well, I think it was more last year because it was like, oh, we're finally going to get it. Because this is a feature that's been in the works since, I would go back and say, 1990. That's when Phil Tippett, while working on RoboCop 2, so you could even probably say 1989, was an idea he had, a stop motion feature, which he put on the shelf after doing the stop motion miniatures on Jurassic Park in 1993, feeling that, okay, great, digital dinosaurs. And to Steven Spielberg's credit, I think the only time dinosaurs look real is when they have the Jurassic label attached to them. Because we've done a lot of it CG wise since then. So yeah, he basically like, well, this is never going to get made. And I think it's something that talking to a coworker today saying, yeah, I'm doing this as the podcast. Basically was something he was basically using his students to keep doing work on. And I think it was about 2010, 2011 when a sound editor said, we can make something of this. So this movie has been in the works for, by the time, I guess you would say it was finished in 2021, if you look at the copyright at the end of the credits. So yeah, by that point, at least 31 years in the works. And I think everybody might be enamored with the fact that we have something like this now, but that does not describe the movie at all. And my coworker, Tim Bates, who we give a lot of credit to, he's like a big artistic influence on another guest of mine on the podcast from Champaign, Urbana, Kodiak Thompson. He's done episodes with me about Event Horizon, the films of Don Coscarelli from Phantasm all the way that John dies at the end, and Henry Rollins one we did, mainly to just talk about he died at the end. He never dies, or
I like that movie
he
a
never
lot.
died. Oh yeah, I've heard Lester about this, about the kind of the reimagining with She Never Died, same director. But
Why? Don't do it.
well, as I say, if it's the same director, I don't blame him for doing the same movie twice. I mean, we let Sam Raimi make Evil Dead twice. So
No, that's not fair. Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 are two very different movies.
well, the sense of humor isn't there in Evil Dead 1, but or not as prevalent. I honestly would say that and you're right, and I would say that Evil Dead 2013, which Sam Raimi backed, is probably closer to the original. So, but here's the thing about Mad God. Do not try to think there's a plot. let's just get right there.
Yeah.
For
sure.
So, I mean, so as I'm watching it last night, and here's the problem. This movie has no dialogue except for a brief, oh no, when this little fluorescent creature sees a friend get eaten.
Oh yeah, but the sounds that you hear throughout the movie, like
Oh, well, no, I'm right now just having it running in my peripheral. I'm seeing the electrocution shit scene.
That's my favorite scene. I love those two ogres. That scene cracked me up, man. I really needed that laugh. I think that's why those guys are in there, because by that point, like, you need something to make you laugh, or why are you still watching?
I don't know if I would say it made me laugh. I mean, it's such a ridiculous concept, and we'll get to, what's going on with it. But I will say it was a nice visual compared to the time where the character known as the assassin, at least the first guy who's ventured into this realm, who's pretty much dropped into the realm like he's bloody James Cameron visiting the Titanic. And he's not supposed to be there. That is obvious, as artillery shells are going off around him at all times. But, once he gets past that level, yeah, it's all kind of weird. But, right before that, so just breaking down the scenes, he's looking in a building which he sees nothing but murder and debauchery in shadows. And then he opens a door, witnesses like a struggling monkey with something, and then a doll pretty much playing with herself.
I just watched that scene, actually.
Right. And it okay, here's something fun though. And forgive me if I can't recall the guitarist's name, but I was thinking going into this must be from the guy who did all the Tool videos. We're talking Prison Sex and oh my geez, shows how great an early Tool fan I am. Sober.
Adam.
Right. Hold on. I as I was working on it last night, I got it. No,
that's a good pull though. I completely forgot he did all the videos and whatnot.
Well, no, this is not Phil Tippett. Those were directed by.
Yeah, I know. I forgot the guitarist did those videos.
But the guitarist provided the models for the video for those videos. So Tool is an actor. Come on. IMDb. Maynard James Keenan is not the only guy in Tool. Geez. Yeah. Now you know why I don't subscribe. Maynard. Okay, Tool.
It's amazing that most all of this stuff is just made by hand.
Yes, that is the most fascinating thing about the feature. Now, the guitarist is Adam Jones. And
Yes.
Yes, he's done the anthem, I think, several times for WWE pay-per-views. But I'm sorry, premium live events. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see. Come on, where's my docs? There's my docs. I just realized. Okay, Russ, you bought a Chrome a Chromebook just so you have another screen, and you didn't have that ready. Oh, geez, come on, just open. Are you just angry at me because I kept pointing out that Google was giving money to Rodney Davis, and it's kind of like, well, I wish you gave him more money to keep that
Oh my God,
bitch Mary Miller out of like. I mean, it is screwed up American politics, because I voted Republican for the primary with the sole intention of making sure Mary Miller would not get would get fewer votes. And then they told me, no, we Champaign County does not get to vote because we still have a representative, Rodney Davis. And Rodney Davis is responsible for winning another district. Wow. So yeah, a lot of bullshit right there. Dang it.
How about those drones, huh?
Drones.
Those hair people?
Nah.
Like walking around like aimlessly, like getting slaughtered.
Oh, the drones in the movie. Yeah. Where I got and there's that little shit who's doing the domino thing.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, no, it's like, God damn, it's okay, there we go. Come on. Get me to my notes on Mad God. There we go. I mean, honestly, I did not have that many notes. Now, with this being a movie with absolutely no dialogue except for that little "oh no," it's an you really need to pay attention to it. This happened to me, sadly, when I was at a showing of Nosferatu at the Art Theater. We're talking Nosferatu 1929, the movie that inspired the Willem Dafoe, John Malkovich feature from 2000, Shadow the Vampire, which I have on VHS. I keep getting tempted to buy the DVD at our local.
Watched it?
I saw Shadow the Vampire twice in theaters, actually.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, that one I am going to say no. I was there, man.
I need to rewatch that movie.
Yeah, as I say, it's just a pain. It's just a pain in the ass because Lionsgate just chooses to reissue movies so oddly. It's almost like they hold it off so the indie distributor Shout Factory eventually buys the rights. So, I mean,
yeah, it's annoying. It's a common problem that I have with a lot of things that come to mind that I really want to watch. I can't ever find anywhere.
Right. Oh gosh, I am so proud.
They pop up somewhere weird. Like They Live, I was looking for, and it just kept popping up. Unavailable. Like, really? I watched this on YouTube a few years ago.
Well,
the whole movie. I couldn't find it anywhere. Now it's on Shudder.
I did not know it was on Shudder. I'm actually wearing a Roddy Piper shirt right now. But no, I bought that.
Oh, here's those Domino's guys. Yeah. Crush.
So I bought it on DVD. I bought it on DVD, saw it at a Barnes and Nobles, and then I've bought it on digital. I know Shout Factory, I think, has done a version of it. And so I think they're responsible for 4K, which you can get at Best Buys. I know living in Lincoln, that don't do you shit. But
no, not really. I mean, we got Johnny's and Primary Colors. They're two pretty good shops.
Oh, that's good.
But they don't.
It's been a long time since I've been to Lincoln, so.
Oh, well, Primary Colors got a bunch of pops if you're interested in those.
Oh, I'm trying my look. I'm going to Fan Expo next weekend in Chicago. I'm gonna have enough problem. Like, it's kind of like, okay, I've gotten over the pops. I've got everything I need. And then it's like, oh, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes are going to be there. Okay, so I'm paying $120, $200 to get my Blunt Man and Chronic Funko Pops autographed. But no, it's going to be tough because there's always shit to buy, and I don't exactly have money. So
yeah, I feel that. I went
yeah.
to a GCW show for my birthday yesterday, and it, like, I was just looking around and stuff like, I got no money to buy this. I got no money to buy this.
You said GCW?
Yeah, GCW.
Oh, where were they at?
Sauget, Illinois, at Pops.
Huh. I didn't know that. GCW as in Game Changer or GCW as in because
Game Changer.
Okay, because it just made me think. No, I think it was GAW maybe. I worked for a promotion indicator once. I think it was Great American Wrestling or something. Hey, Ian was on the card, so come on.
That scene where remember the big creature with the big stupid boobies and the
Oh no. Yeah, no, I'm at the point.
I saw the flamingo thing get shit on.
Yeah, no, I'm at the point where the assassin just opened the door and pretty much abandoned the drone.
This is a hard movie to just have on in the background while you're talking. So every time I look up, there's just something bizarre.
Oh, and that's just it. Like I find Mad God to be more art than it is cinema. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. When I went to Letterboxd and gave it a review, the Letterboxd account CM Darth, if you need my guidance even further on movies, it was I gave it 5 stars. It's a work of art. There's no denying that.
It really is. It's something to see.
But I mean, with going off on all these tangents, let's just get to my notes. So, I mean, the movie starts like just a beautiful overture, goes over some Leviticus bullshit.
Oh yeah, that passage was metal.
Yeah, and I mean, Leviticus, I don't recommend reading that Bible book. Definitely don't recommend following that Bible book. But damn, I mean, the art it has inspired. I mean, I went to see The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the original Swedish version, twice or maybe thrice in cinema. So,
oh yeah, that was another good movie. I never watched the American remakes. I did watch the Swedish one.
It took me a long time to get around to the American remake. The American remake is good. I mean, it's David Fincher. Yes, no, I definitely recommend it. I mean, I think there's a little more subtlety, obviously, to, I don't know if Netflix has it anymore, the complete Millennium Trilogy, as it's called in Sweden, which is basically the 3-hour versions of each of the girl movies. It was on net. Yeah, it was on Netflix. I didn't get through all. I think I may have gotten through Girl with the Dragon Tattoo or by its original name, because Americans are just more clever. The original name of the first novel and the first Swedish movie is Men Who Hate Women, which is goddamn appropriate right now. But
yeah. Don't lump me in with those dudes.
I didn't say you hated women. I got enough problems right now with gun nuts who jumped on me about saying on Twitter at CatBusRuss. Now I'm very anti-gun. Maybe it's because I'm a trained martial artist, professional wrestler. I have actually defended myself against a knife successfully. It is basically me trying to come up with a compromise, which was, if you can't hit them with my stance on semi-automatic weapons: if you can't hit the target with one shot, learn how to aim.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the response was, but it takes longer to learn how to aim if you only get one shot at a time. And I said, that's the point, because a gun is nothing more than a murder device. I mean, if you're not hunting, I mean, basically, a gun can't defend you, because if I have the drop on you with a gun, I have to screw up for you to turn around and shoot me.
Dude,
thousands of Vietnam soldiers who got the first shot at Rambo know what I'm talking about.
No, you're 100% right. Like my roommate, my old roommate, well, we're still really good friends.
Oh yeah,
friends now. But he had so many fucking guns, dude. And one day I had to actually break into our apartment, and he was sleeping in his bed.
Shit.
Didn't fucking move. Didn't move at all.
Yeah.
And he woke up the next morning like, dude, I could have slit your fucking throat in your sleep, man. You don't even know.
Yeah.
I 100% had the drop on you. All those guns, what good are they? I had to climb up onto the roof. I had to go through a window. That had to have been a whole series of noises that were made.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't exactly quiet.
No.
Snoozing away. Like, he would have been gone if it wasn't me.
Yeah. So no, I've had 3 days of arguing with these people on Twitter. And like one guy saying, I defended myself with a gun multiple times. And it's like, look, I've defended myself against a knife once. So I doubt it. You probably were woken up and you had a chance to scare somebody. I mean, surely you would have claimed to have killed somebody if you...
I mean, it's not hard to defend your place with a gun. All you really have to do is fire it off in the air, and more or less...
you could scare the shit out of people, yeah. I didn't think about that, but the point of the matter is guns can only defend you by scaring people.
Yeah. If
I have the drop on you, like one guy responded with, are you telling me women have to talk themselves out of sexual assault? And it's like, dude, if they're getting assaulted, they didn't have a chance.
Yeah, well, 100% of the time they're usually jumped.
Yeah, I mean I didn't even go, and I don't know. I will probably engage with them again, but it's like, you know why they call it the boyfriend loophole? If there's a gun with an abusive man, doesn't matter if the woman bought the gun. In all likelihood, the man is going to get it first. Yeah. So that's my bullshit this week. And now I wouldn't be surprised if I got somebody saying, I'm not a Putin supporter. Dude, you had a Z in your profile name. That like you didn't catch on that the anti-Nazis, that's the Russian anti-Nazi propaganda they've been spouting. Yeah, so, but I mean,
this assassin might have worked out a whole different in this Mad God movie. Maybe if he just had a gun.
Yeah, well, I don't think he got a chance to get to the target. In all honesty, he was using a bomb. So, all right, you have the beautiful overture, the Leviticus passage, which is the only conscious dialogue you have, or explanation of this film you have. I mean, it's a beautiful overture shot. Reminds me a lot of the attempts of, say, movies like The Black Hole, which Disney Star Wars knockoff. I'm not trying to speak bad of it. I have Bob the Robot, voiced by...
I have never heard of it.
You've never heard of The Black Hole? Oh, it's even... Well, no. I was about to say, it's even referenced in True Romance. It's like, no, that scene got cut.
You know what? I've never seen True Romance.
Tarantino's script, man. Jeez.
I don't know. It's just another one of those movies I've always heard great things about. I never had the chance to watch it.
Oh, William.
Now here I am with 3 kids, and like it's amazing I got to watch Mad God.
Oh no. Hey. No, I got cats, so it's like
You got
Yeah.
all right. It's totally the same.
No, it's not totally the same. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. I mean, I checked my cat, Ava. She's 80 in cat years, so she's 14. And my ex-girlfriend's cat, who I take care of, that's a whole lot of
I think we did this last time I was on the show.
Right. No, people say hold the cat hostage, or don't hold the cat hostage. It's your cat.
I don't even remember what I said.
Right, right. I mean, they are excellent. They help me out when I'm drunk, and gosh, I don't drink that much. I pretty much drink the podcast or go to a goth night. So, needless to say, though, it's going to be it's a tough 6-day work week right now because I don't get off till Wednesday. I've been working since Thursday, so, and like I had not done I got to get up early, but I'm going to drink till 2 a.m. and I'm holding up all right. I'm not properly hydrated. I have a cramp that's probably going to trigger at any point. But all right, so lost you on the black hole. Have you seen Ralph Bashki's Lord of the Rings, the animated movie from let me see.
I have seen that.
Okay, so that opening shot of the tower like made me think of movies like Ralph Bashki's Lord of the Rings. Made me think of as I said, the black hole at Disney knockoff of Star Wars with a hell of a cast even on top of that. Robert Forster from Jackie Brown. I'm sure you've seen him in other things. He's actually the lead terrorist in freaking Delta Force.
No shit.
Yeah, I was surprised by that one. Oh, I don't know. I tried rewatching Delta Force and all right. It's different when you feel that the state of Israel should never have been established, but I digress. That's only because we didn't ever give black people reparations, but a bunch of Jewish people, let's give them a country in the worst part of the world. And to the credit of the state of Israel, and I only say the worst part of the world is in, everybody hates Jews in that portion of the world. I will give credit to the state of Israel. You challenge those guys, they will kick your ass. Now I think
this is gonna sound very not. I'm
PC.
Not I say this, but I'm watching this scene with the surgeons right now.
And, I'm there.
And for some reason, I thought when I watched this the first time, I thought I want to watch this with the boys and see what they think.
I think it's a little late in the movie. Like, if you were going to show the boys the electrocution feces scene,
the whole movie.
Oh, the whole movie. That was something. At least Phil Tippett had the decency, because my friend Tim.
Okay, I didn't pick up the gold he was digging out of him before.
Well, I know he was definitely going for the memories, but no, there's that gold element. And then at the end of the movie, when they squash the baby worm thing, and you have all that gold dust, it all makes sense. I mean, this movie takes numerous.
Man, that baby crying like gave me the whole just sound effect of the baby crying and the like all the walking like
yeah,
it gave me feelings.
Yeah, and that's what it's supposed to do. This is definitely a mild nightmare. I'm not going to say an absolute nightmare because there's just some stuff you want to remember. Like a nightmare you hate remembering, I think. But this is stuff like I want this to stay in my head. So we have the overture, as I say, very reminiscent of other people. I also made a joke, at least in my notes, about the Evil Dead vibes, or dare I say, Army of Darkness vibes, when the gnomes got stomped on for seemingly no reason.
Oh yeah.
But what this movie really feels like is at least until we get to the point where the assassin is captured after his bomb refuses to tip to the 12 o'clock hour to detonate, and then he's captured. And then you have the surgery where they extract a a larva like baby and drill a hole in his freaking head. So yeah, if that sentence doesn't tell you don't let your kids watch the movie, well, if that sentence doesn't tell you that I have an issue with run-on sentences, yeah, don't let your kids watch this movie. At least
Take my argument. I seen what they watch on YouTube. This at least is artful.
Yeah, no, well, see, so again, I don't have kids to tell me to demonstrate what they're watching on YouTube. So, are you sure it's YouTube and not Telegram? Because I had a bitch.
No, it's YouTube. They are addicted to YouTube.
Well, I only say that because I had a bitch sitting next to me at my former banking job. So the deal with her was she got herself another banking job. But because I told her quit watching these bullshit videos where they're just basically trashing the left, and I'm sure YouTube wouldn't even show these videos, so Telegram videos, I eventually asked her to stop. And the day her last day of work, she said, "Oh, you do know that Russ is blogging about work experiences." So she secured, her name is Marissa Embry. I will put I'll put that out there.
Fuck you, Marissa.
Thank you.
Coming for you now.
I'll just
94 Chill Podcast Nation's coming for your house.
Don't go for her house. I know that dickhead coward she lives with is armed. Okay, so needless to say, she got me fired because he was writing about his job on his blog. So truthfully,
I hope you went back there and before they fired you. I was not writing about this job. I was writing about the bitch.
No, because I wasn't necessarily writing only about her. I did write about experiences with no specific details. The best thing they had on me was a blog where I talked about an experience where 3 guys who spelled their name Stephen, Stephen, just did stupid things in one day. I did not mention their last names. Only maybe one of them actually lived in Champaign. But yeah, I wrote about that experience, basically taking pride in the fact that I spell my last name Stevens. You give me one other word in the English freaking language where PH comes off as a V, and maybe I will retreat.
Good for you, Russ. Good for you. The same goes for those fucking jack-offs that spelled Jeff with a G-E-O.
Well, my only problem...
Fuck off your high horse.
Well, I will give... I got a friend who at a job who just goes by Geo instead of Jeff. So... I can accept that. Yeah, but it's still a G as a J. But...
Yeah.
C, and I love my go-to swear word is the C word. I probably got myself I recorded a podcast with Andre from Tattoo Squid podcast, which is an excellent character study. And I'm just proud to be a character, I suppose, to get on that show. But I may have said, oh yeah, my little sister was a C word growing up. I did say she's an excellent human being now. And he was shocked.
My sister was and still is.
Well, yeah, but the point of the matter is he was still shocked that I dropped the C-bomb. Like,
man, we really do run with a different crew, do we?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That mofo is from Long Island. You figured that'd be normal. But, I digress. So, yeah. So I brought up the Ralph Baskies, and I did write in my notes that this is really like a very depressing version of a Janae and Caro movie. If you don't know Janae and Caro, I will say Janae ended up directing Alien Resurrection, which I love. It's goofy as all hell, but
is that the one with the dog alien where they're crossbreeding them with the dogs?
That's Alien 3 with which was directed by David Fincher.
Okay, no. I've watched them. I confuse them all because I've watched all the Alien movies in a block.
Yeah, no,
they all
right.
just run together.
Okay, Alien, Ridley Scott, one alien spaceship gothic horror movie disguised as science fiction. First face hugger, first chest buster.
Yeah.
Aliens, directed by James Cameron. Basically, Vietnam done on a planet with aliens. Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton, yes. Game over, man. Lance Henriksen. All right. That's Aliens. Alien 3. Sigourney Weaver has shaved her head. Charles Dance from Game of Thrones looks like he might make it to the end until halfway through the movie. That's the dog alien. And if you watch I think they call it the industrial cut, because David Fincher, the director, who went on to direct Fight Club, Seven, Zodiac, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the American version. Excellent director, music video director before that. Yeah. In Alien 3, the industrial cut, dare I say, it actually came out of like a dead yak or something that the prisoners pulled out. But it acts very dog-like, four-legged. Alien Resurrection, that's where they clone Ripley because Ripley dies at the end of Alien 3. They clone Ripley to get the DNA from the Queen. You had Ron Perlman, Winona Ryder. As I say, it's all goofy as all hell. It's written by Joss Whedon. That further says that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I watched all those movies when I had COVID last year.
Okay. Well, geez, I just, it's coming for everybody is my problem with COVID. Like, I'm still I wear a mask at my job, dealing with customers, but
yeah, COVID's why I lost my last job.
Damn.
I had it in the house. I went and got tested. I didn't know I had to tell the nurse, even if I got a negative test.
Huh.
Fucking fired me. I was following your procedure. We had it in the house. I told you people multiple times.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it's all a weird thing, man. I didn't want to work there anymore anyway.
No, as long as you can take it as a blessing, and if you got it the right time, good unemployment. So yeah, that's it. But Janae and Caro, have you ever seen the movie City of Lost Children? Another Ron Perlman movie.
Not for a very long time.
Okay, but that's the vibe I got. Very, I don't know what age of French cinema that would be. Not too far removed from Deadly Games, I will say, at least stylistically. Definitely recommend watching City of Lost Children. Hell, I'll recommend watching Amelie, which is the movie that he got an Oscar for Best Foreign Feature. That's Jean-Paul Jeunet. Caro's done, like, I don't know, Alien Resurrection kind of split the directing duo, I suppose, but I digress. So you get a lot of vibes from that. A great movie by those guys, though, would be Delicatessen. Basically about a world that's run out of meat. So you have this guy renting out rooms basically so he can eventually slaughter the newcomer and sell his meat. It's a comedy.
Sounds hilarious.
Oh no, I think it is, but so when it comes to the assassin, though, I think he's very much an avatar for the viewer because he wants to get through this project. He has a goal. He's going to set off an explosive to destroy this mad world. But he knows, like, okay, I am seeing basically how I like to describe it as, you know what a Rube Goldberg device is, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So we're talking the breakfast machine from Pee-wee's Herman Big Adventure. Just a bunch of things that have nothing to do with each other, but one action leads to another, which leads to another, and eventually you get I think it was pancakes with bacon and eggs and a smiley face, which Pee-wee ruins by just pouring Mr. T cereal all over it.
Yeah, I was just waiting for an MTV logo to pop up.
No. Hey, that is a brilliant observation. I'm going to give you that. So you get all that, which is what I think about the drones. You just get wasted, but like they're just doing their job.
That's a working man right there.
Well, true. I didn't even think about that allegory, but like they're cleaning something and then there's a train going and it's like, oh, I hope we can get out of the way. Oh, we did not. So they're conscious enough. And it's like, you stop and think, like, why are you just wasting these characters? But then again, it's like the electrocution scene where you have people being, like, 4 people being electrocuted, but their bowel movements that are being released are feeding something entirely else. And then when you see a drone get wasted, well, then it seems like, well, they're still moving on, like that's meaningful.
Yep.
I mean, the drones don't think it's meaningful, so there you go. I think that's the Mad God moment. Like, the individuals don't know what's going on, but the God does. So I'm watching the movie, and we've gotten to the point where the assassin has the larva removed from him, and the mad scientist is watching the memories from his cranium. Got a lot of tank combat, which is pretty awesome, I think. No, it's not. Now I'm looking at it. It's like, God damn, that's not too far removed from Terminator 2.
Yeah, this whole thing's just shot amazing.
It's beautiful. You can try to make sense of the content, but God damn, it's beautiful. And I'll be honest, I had difficulty staying awake because I did the goth night the night previously, so I ended up waking up on my back. I don't sleep on my back. That's probably why the cats weren't by me, because I was snoring. I still had a beverage I had poured, not an alcoholic beverage. I got through the Taco Bell at least. But
man, we lost that a few years ago in this town.
Damn. Okay, that is criminal.
Really is.
Bloody criminal. I don't think truth be told, Taco Bell, when being a customer service guy, there were points when I switched the gas station to work, like, They were treating me a lot better at Taco Bell. So, um, but it's not food for the sober.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, losing Taco Bell in this town fucking hurt this family more than anything the government could do to us.
With that said, get your vasectomies or get your tubes tied. But, yeah, no, I mean, gosh, it's the cheapest. I can vouch. It's the cheapest shit out there. The beef is hardly beef. Oh man, no, jeez. I'm glad. Well, I don't know. I would never have. I'm in a position where I never have to see Lincoln again. I live on. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm so accustomed to it though. I lived in Morton. That's right where I-55 starts. It goes right. You got to go to Lincoln to get that. I'm sorry, I-155 starts. You got to get the Lincoln to get the 55, and get to St. Louis. I digress.
Yeah, I'm not putting together comedy shows. There's no reason to come to Lincoln anymore.
Mason City isn't that far away from Lincoln. That's all I knew.
I grew up in Mason City. You're not missing nothing there either.
No, I'm not saying there was anything besides the comedy club in Mason City.
Even that kind of sucks.
I only saw Mike Armstrong. I saw Mike Armstrong a couple times there, and Drew Hastings. Really borderline right ring humor. So yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a big loss, but
it really isn't. I grew up there. I used to go to shows there just because I was doing comedy. I was like, man, this is sad. Like, I'm coming down. I could do anything else, and I'm watching this dude using a headshot from 40 years ago, and I'm just watching a broken down old man.
That sounds like Drew. Well, that sounds like Drew Hastings, but I digress.
Every show I've been to there.
Well,
with the exception of locals, we have a great comedy scene around here. There are really great comics that go through there. So, by all means, go see them. But why aren't we using our own people more?
I don't know. I
think we have amazing people around here.
But
no, let's bring in more people from St. Louis, though.
You see, that this is coming from a guy who's gone to Zanies a few times in Rosemont. So, I don't know. I mean, I used to go to the jukebox all the time. Dan and I are pretty cool, and that's beyond just having the same stripper taste.
Yeah, I like Dan. I would probably be more friendly. I don't know. I'm kind of a shy guy in public.
Oh no! Look, this is
like come and just like talk at people and whatnot.
I would not. I wouldn't be in customer service if it didn't set boundaries. Okay, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm the guy. I know I'm a shy person, but you give me a role. So I'm more disappointed that I did not get into acting at a younger point. But truthfully, hindsight being 2020, life would be different if I would have just said, Dad, I have enough faith in my amateur wrestling skills. Let me go to some Division III college and screw up like you did at Division I.
See, earlier today, I was kind of thinking it's kind of the opposite for me because I was just thinking the other day, like, man, I really fucked up, man. What I should have never started comedy. I should have just been a heel wrestler. Because I mean, I was thinking about the jokes I was doing, the things I was like trying to do, and like,
oh no,
I was 100% just being a heel wrestler. Like, no one would. I'm supposed to make people like me doing comedy, not hate. Like, people take you seriously when you do comedy now.
Oh, I had a revelation.
Not what I was doing.
I had a revelation recently, and it's all probably inspired by the MJF work shoot. Like, yeah, well, one, I hated what I was doing as a professional wrestler because there was no guidance, and I started in Peoria.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. I didn't really have guidance. Like I
Yeah,
had some people. In hindsight, I probably had some people that were trying to give me a little bit of guidance.
but no,
But whatnot, like Jason Jester was probably really trying to give me guidance, but he
no,
was only
he's
catching me on bad times.
yeah, no, you do get that, but I never had a Jason Jester when I was in Peoria. It was all people blowing smoke up at their own asses. Well, I brought these people in. Yeah, they're your friends.
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
people.
Yeah, I didn't, and I still stand by. I didn't have anybody who believed in me. My parents got me to get my associate's degree in general education and a web designer certificate on the promise they would pay for wrestling school. That took 3 years before, like, okay, I found my trainer, and I would say best friend. And I say best friend. Well, no, he's the most honest person I know. Danny Daniels in Chicago. He runs AAW. And I also say best friend because if I ever find myself in the position to get married, I'm naming that asshole my best man. So that guy has to put me over for once. Um, but
You ain't
no,
got
Danny's a great guy, but I didn't have that. Like when you get into professional wrestling, you better get into it with somebody who's as serious as you are. I got into professional wrestling in Peoria because I didn't have anywhere to go. My parents didn't back me. Like, what do you mean I have to get a day job now? You were gonna pay for wrestling school. There's no wrestling in Peoria. Like, I need to be in Chicago. I need to be in Baltimore with the Rottens. I need to, I mean, it's tricky, but how about Canada? Maybe I can go and forge some family history. I don't know, but um so I worked there for 3 years, and basically my parents surrendered because I didn't quit. And they represented me, but they never believed in me, and I still stand by that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you believed in me, you'd be listening to this episode of the podcast, Mom and Dad. um
Yeah, I don't think my mom or dad's listened to a single episode of the wrestling podcast.
how's that
You know what? I don't blame them.
how is that going, the wrestling podcast?
I mean, it's going. I guess we're only 2 episodes in. We got
Okay.
maybe listeners.
Hey, as long as it's going. I mean, I'm fighting for, I think I have over 1,000 listens documented, which truth be told, I have a domain registry, so I upload them to, like, if you visit 90forchill.com, .com, the first option is just listen to the audio file. That comes from a different server than Podbean, who keeps giving me right-wing bullshit as what you should listen to. Fuck you. I'm not listening to Glenn Beck. So I'm sure I'm closer to 1,500, but whatever. And actually doing a podcast with Tattoo Squid and Trash Panda, they basically were saying it's not about the listens, it's about the merchandising. Like, people want to support you, so they'll buy t-shirts.
That was one of the biggest takeaways of that wrestling show I went to yesterday. Is I'm watching these guys, right, like breaking light tubes over each other, cutting each other up, going through doors. And all I could think is, I remembered what I paid for the tickets, which were really cheap.
Yeah.
$4 a piece for second row.
Yeah.
And there's no way these people get paid nearly enough. And I start walking around, and I'm just kind of looking at merch. I'm like, there's Gringo Loco selling his own merch. There's
cool guy. I've known Gringo for, gosh, 18 years.
I didn't realize it was Gringo Loco. It was too late, and but I felt like an asshole going back to his table, like, oh wait, I just realized who you were, because I was just kind of walking around looking at shit. You know what I mean?
Gringo was like, willing. Gringo was working Mexico, and he was willing to do Peoria for 40 people. So
he's awesome.
Yeah,
I got nothing bad to say about Gringo Loco. Like, I really wish I said hi, and that he had a great It was an opening match, actually.
Yeah,
It was a good match.
no. Oh no,
He's
I
great.
that's,
I've watched
oh
him
no,
for a while.
I know Gringo pretty well. I don't know if I know
It's kind
him
of sad seeing him having to sell his own merch. Like, man,
well,
you do
but
all of that and you still have to do this.
well, if you listen to The Art of Wrestling, it's all about getting that extra dollar. Gringo by this point is probably making four figures a show. I'm not saying anything more than $1,000 a show, but I think he is getting 1,000.
Oh, I hope so. He deserves it.
Well, yeah,
Fucking great. He has awesome merch too. Go support Gringo Logo if you can, because I 100% did not have any money to buy any merch last night.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I knew Cabana, like, I was having tough times with the bookers in Peoria, and it's like, look, you're not doing anything good with me. I will pay the $250 to get Colt Cabana, and I will do the favor. I just want to have good wrestling in Peoria, and yeah, that like, no, you don't to make those decisions. Like, I just gave you the biggest name you're ever going to get in Peoria, and I would have paid for it. But yeah, that's
It's the way she goes, man.
Oh no, if you can tell great wrestling from, I mean, people who are just doing it to jerk themselves off and be hero for a weekend, be weekend warriors, and the people who take this very seriously. I mean, screw you, CM Punk. I tried to drop a pipe bomb in 2005. And I'll say screw you to CM Punk just because I'm a Cabana guy. But and I got all the respect performance-wise for Punk that you can ask for, and I get the psychology, but just because you can quit being a douche at some point, man. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
So let's see. Peripheral Rise. I got the two monsters that were fighting each other with shovels until
That's my favorite part.
It is. No, it's like, yeah, I can totally relate to that. But we've gone through the mad scientist, at least seeing what's going on with his mind, what's going on.
I do like that little mad scientist guy. Like, do you think maybe like that's who he's the mad god? Like, maybe the mad god is science?
Oh, that is a great observation. I think science itself is the mad god, not the pursuit for science, I suppose. And maybe that is the philosophical message that and being totally conscious, because as I say, this is a very tough to watch if you don't have the energy for it. Because as I said,
it took me two goes.
Yeah, no, I was stopping, rewinding, like, I know I missed something, but I had told you I went to a goth night and know that I blacked out.
I don't went to goth night too.
Right, but I'm just saying, it's like, I love the gnome character. I mean, he's the guy, he's about to pour that stuff in there to feed his little neon world.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the message. Everybody wants to be their own mad god, which I think is pretty solid.
Ping.
I mean, I like the joke that my mom blames herself for, I shouldn't say blames herself. She tries to guilt trip me, and you never liked reading because I made you read. And like, no, I don't think that's the thing. It's like, I was a time of visual stimulus. Willy Wonka, Flash Gordon, and the Star Wars trilogy. They were my Mary Shelley, William Shakespeare, and Ernest Hemingway. That's not my mom, that's not my mom's fault. That's just the time I lived in. And I like to joke that I don't like the idea of writing novels because I don't want people using their imaginations. I write screenplays because I want to tell them, no, like if I'm at a book signing, I don't want to hear, oh, I always thought of Hermione like this. It's like, no, I would not have written a ginger woman in my books. Gingers have no souls. I would basically say, no, that's not what I envisioned. That's why I wrote a freaking movie, so you know what I want to see. So no, I think it's more my lack of literature, despite making it through my second associate's degree, primarily on literature classes, is because I find the visual media. If I can tell you what I want to see, I'm going to make you see what I want to see.
Yeah, I don't know. Now that you say that, put it like that, I kind of see this movie as like a visual novel, because you very much just, while you're watching it, your mind very much just runs.
Oh no, this is sheer interpretation. Like that's the problem with watching it on Shudder, is you're definitely not going to get a director's commentary. Set your ass
wanted
straight.
the director's commentary, because I kind of like, I don't know, there's something about just letting your head run, especially these days.
Well, that's
social media and everything. You have very little opportunity for anything to just let your head go.
Yeah, but that's trying to claim the ownership over something that wasn't yours to begin with. I think is the argument to be made.
I'm kind of watching this for a second time, like kind of half-assed. I'm noticing all kinds of things. It's just one of those, like, the more you watch it, the more you're gonna notice, because there's so many subtleties.
Yeah. Well, no, as I say, this is more art than it is cinema. It's very open to interpretation. I will give you that.
Okay, I'll give you an interpretation right now. You're at the maybe a little bit past it. The part that he dumps the maggots in.
Just finished that. He's looking through the telescope. He's watching things like you get your Claire de Beau nudity as he's investigating. Then he sees mushroom clouds in the telescope.
I think that could be like a metaphor for what men are turning into.
No, it's all self-destructive behavior,
and he just runs and cowers away.
Right, and I think it all in the end, like, especially, I think it's very much the concept of the world. I don't know if I'm saying it right. The world is flat. The world is a circle. Everything is contained in it. You're just going to repeat yourself. Type.
We're letting the women down, man. That's what this scene's telling me now. Roe v. Wade. What the fuck we gonna do? I don't know, men.
Yeah.
We really let our women down. Look at us just running away and cowering.
Well, and I will say look, it all would have been different if we just accepted that the most qualified politician in 2016 for a political job in 2016 was Hillary Clinton. But I think we despise the fact that she actually put the work in. Like, oh, she expects us to give us this job on her qualifications. No, she needs to impress us.
Yeah, she went on The Apprentice. Like, should we ever see her on TV?
But you understand what I'm getting at. It's like, why didn't she try kissing our ass and telling us that she'll get rid of the people we don't like? Why didn't she do that instead of expecting us to give her a job based solely on the fact that she spent her entire life preparing for it?
Who's saying there's low gnome guys, Hillary Clinton? just all mad and like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna put this out my own shit together. I don't know. I'm talking
You see,
shit.
I wouldn't say the gnome guy because I think the gnome guy is still a spectator trying to make sense of everything. It's the and I put a note and it's the final acts are very Jim Henson-esque.
Yeah, they really are, aren't they?
Yeah, this is straight out like, all right, this is what the Dark Crystal should have been. Like, hey, sorry, John, you could have gone a lot darker. And no, John shouldn't have with the Dark Crystal. I'll be the first to say that because he always had families in mind. I'm not saying he always had kids in mind, but he wanted everybody to appreciate his creation. That's what made the Muppet Show so great was kids could laugh at it just because you got weird puppets.
Dude, the Muppet Show holds up. That is legit.
Yes.
Like, a good show.
But that's because adults had something to laugh about with it too. And I will say, I think I have, say the Cartoon Network, once they started creating original content, they kept that in mind to start. And I think they kept that in mind.
Yeah.
And I'd say that was SpongeBob SquarePants. Ren and Stimpy, definitely, but that was a little...
SpongeBob was originally supposed to be on Comedy Central, I read.
Wouldn't surprise me, especially with Tom Kenny, one of the most underappreciated comics of our millennium. Well, Generation X, to say the least. A lot of good work with Mr. Show with Bob and Dave.
I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. And now now I'm at the point where we get all that gold dust and we basically see a big bang. And like, I mean, if this wasn't so freaking beautiful, it's like...
See, I don't know. I always felt like that gnome guy kind of ran everything.
I don't think it's the gnome guy. I think it's the guy who took the baby and kind of looks like a Sketsy from Dark Crystal.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm confusing gnome guys.
Yeah, gnome guy pretty
kind of gnomish.
Yeah, but I'm just saying gnome guy was pretty much just going with the flow. And now I'm seeing those little towers, or dare I say Stonehenge things, just crashing into planets during this closing sequence. And it's like, well, goddamn, aren't you taking Stanley Kubrick and sorry, I don't remember the name of the author of 2001 and 2010. But
this is 100% just a metaphor for fucking like growing up or like society as it is. Like she brings that whole baby, like the whole worm thing, and they crush it to mold it into whatever it needs it to be. That's what society does, man.
Whatever we want it to be, which is the sad thing. Not what it needs to be, whatever we want it to be. And it looks like a cycle that's going to repeat itself.
Yep.
Which is
cycle.
Which is sheerly maddening. And I wrote that as my final note, and it's like, as I say, the assassin, he seems to be us. Like, man, this is screwed up stuff, but there's got to be something at the end. So I'm going to tough and get through it.
Yeah, like the assassin's like the guy where he personifies the part in all of us where like, no, we're going to fight this. We're going to be who we want to be, but we eventually just end up on a slab having our head drilled into. And
yeah, no, you nailed it there.
Crushed into whatever.
And my final note is all creation stems from violence.
Yeah.
Which is because in this sequence I'm seeing, they're basically building bloody New York City. I only say New York City because it's the most iconic skyline up until 2001. Thank you, Saudi terrorist. And yeah, it's just sad that we're so bloody violent, and there's a need for resistance because you have those two girls who find the bomb and try setting it off again. at the end of the feature.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I really should have bought that liquid chalk on freaking clearance. Got a bunch of churches to vandalize with the
church vandalism, man.
What would my
bring me back to my youth?
I'm just saying, what would
Malone.
What would Gojira expect of me? I don't know. I don't listen to my little brother's taste in music, but but I have seen enough documentaries about mayhem to know that churches need to be burned. Nobody in them, but burned, not shot at. Jeez.
Yeah, you fucking you desecrate them.
Yes, right. What? Yeah, there's no reason to
break the windows.
Yeah, there's no reason to murder anybody.
Yeah, like I had a few satanic friends. I don't really keep in touch so much anymore because I don't live in Maryland anymore. But yeah, they ended up doing hella community service for trash and churches, which I mean, good on them. Like they didn't kill anybody. They just well, we're gonna do this. Like, we don't hurt anybody. We're just gonna break some windows.
Yeah, if you would pay your taxes, maybe I'd feel bad.
Yeah, I never fucking bought that whole thing. Separation of I don't know.
No, it isn't. I don't think it is a separation of church and state on that. It's like
definitely not anymore. Not happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah, well, no, definitely not. But I'm just saying, it's like the sheer fact we would say, well, if you're teaching theism, not philosophy, theism, or basically theism, everything, be it mono or multi-theism, it's like, no, this is believing in imaginary friends. You're not going to find out if they're not imaginary until you die.
Yeah, man, this whole thing is fucked, man. We ain't got no baby formula, and now we got to have all these babies.
I don't even want to get into that portion of the... No, it's like, no, but I didn't get angry about the baby formula thing until I walked... I'm just trying to get my chicken wings for my professional wrestling, for my AEW Rampage. Yeah, I went to the freaking toy section to see what kind of AEW or Funko Pops they had before I walked to the grocery section. But to see that we have as much security for baby formula as we have razors, that is freaking screwed up.
Yeah, it's insane, man. This country really hates poor people.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the moral of our story.
A shame. It's not like any of us need it, dude.
But no, as I say, that's
struggling ass off for the last couple of months.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the moral of our story. And Mad God basically just tells us, as I say, it's a cruel Rube Goldberg device, which only favors our world is a cruel Rube Goldberg device that only grinds us up for the rich's sake. But I mean, geez, at least Mad God makes it sound like that's just how it is, not that. Hold on. Basically, Mad God says this is what's supposed to happen just because someone says so, and that abandon the possible thought that this shit may be wrong. And basically the assassin is doing what he's doing because this shit may be wrong. And you know what? People just, I don't know. It's like,
It's tough to change, man. It's tough to
well,
change. To add a person
it
on
is
your
tough.
own.
It's tough to change when you're told you're going to get something to do if you do something a certain way. It very much is like, this would be a great double feature with They Live.
Yeah, man, I guess I kind of see it. I haven't gotten to watch They Live because I just found out it was on Shudder, but I was looking for it everywhere.
Well, as I say, it's the best movie starring a professional wrestler ever. Dwayne, you haven't done shit compared to one Roddy Combs.
You know, I really wanted to do an episode with you on No Holds Barred, but I couldn't find that fucking movie anywhere either.
I think it's still on Hulu, but no, I definitely, No Holds Barred is like one of those movies that you just know is freaking awful. And I've been very fortunate with 90 for Chill the podcast, aside from Allie's Accessory Shop's trash feature reviews, and a lot of those end up being bloody golden. That we're not really paying homage to bad movies. But No Holds.
I watched it with my dad on TV, and it's so awful that it is fun.
This is what I will say with No Holds Barred. I have an entire blog. Actually, it started as a Tumblr and still is my Tumblr, called Rip'em System. So RIPEM dot Tumblr TUMBLR.com. And it's basically and I got a lot of love from podcasters about it back in 2014, I'd like to say. Basically saying that No Holds Barred is Vince McMahon's Mein Kampf. And I don't think anybody can dispute that. So I have moved everything to blogspot/blogger. So it's Rip'em System, which became FDM joke. So RIPEMSYSTEM.blogspot.com. And yeah, you can read me basically telling you how No Holds Barred is basically what Vince McMahon wants professional wrestling to be. And yeah, basically, if he could kill people on screen, he would. Hell, he tried it. And with that said, thank you, Chris Benoit, for your sacrifice. I would not have taken your wife and kid, but your death saved us from the most ridiculous thing in professional wrestling. So,
what was the most ridiculous thing in professional wrestling?
Vince McMahon trying to kill himself on air with the exploding limousine, and a week later, we have the Benoit tragedy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely spaced that he did that. That's right. He's popping right back up on TV.
Right. He had to come on to address the fact that, oh gosh, there's actual death in the real world. God damn it. Yeah, I'm in the professional. I spent my time in the professional wrestling business. Hey, look, I would love to call myself a 20-year veteran, people. Get me a booking. If you can do it before November 2nd, or hell, even after November 2nd, I can say I've been in the business 20 years. So,
no, my time in the comedy business was essentially me just wondering what the fuck I'm even doing here.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate.
I don't fit in with these people, and I don't think I want to.
That's true. Believe me, I get you there, and I'm still looking. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'm working out with my psychiatrist, so I definitely understand that. Yeah, so I think we definitely. So no, I think we better much just try our best to conclude Mad God. It's you have to admire the effort that went into this feature and what it was attempting to do. It's I guess it's kind of like watching one of a geez, I'm trying to think.
You might not like it, but god damn it, you will appreciate it.
Oh no, that really does sum it up best, because I'd just like to say, well, you go back to silent movies and such, and it's like, well, the fact of the matter is that all movies spoke the same language at one point. You just had to throw title cards in there. It's a throwback to that, but without actual dialogue and there's nothing to translate. I mean, it was fucking weird trying to watch this movie subtitled because I'm thinking, well, surely something will be said. It's something that is you have to pay attention to. And if you are willing to do that, you are going to appreciate the experience. And if you're not willing to do that, well, you know what, man? Take your freaking Marvel movies and shove them up your ass, man. You want to be distracted. This is not a distraction. This demands your attention. That's why in the end it's a 5-star movie, because it has to be watched. And those who do not find themselves willing to watch it, they're not here for the art. They're here for the distraction. And
yeah, I sat down thinking I was gonna play a little Shining Force and what happened with this movie, and I was like, oh no, I ended up putting that shit down. Like, I have to watch this.
Yes, no, it sums it up. So yeah, granted, Gregory and I made this an assignment for ourselves, but I think the best cinema.
Homework ever.
I'm sorry.
Best homework ever.
There you go. No, yeah, this is something you're gonna appreciate putting yourself through, and I mean it's regardless that it's brutal, at times disgusting. This is art, man.
Yeah, throw it on here and there when you're bored.
They were able to. You could have watched 2/3 of this movie back in 2014. The work was done, and now that it's been completed, there's no excuse any longer. This is a must-see movie, and your opinion, be it 1 star or as Letterboxd lets it be 1/2 star to 5 stars, all opinions are valid as long as you sit back, have your eyelids pulled back like Alex from A Clockwork Orange, and you watch every bloody moment of this feature. You will be better for it. And you will not puke whenever you want to touch a boob afterwards. So that is art, man. And that is Mad God. So thank you very much for sticking through this podcast that has lasted, I would say, at this point, we're probably looking at 13 minutes longer than the actual movie. But hey, you come to podcast and that's truthful, just bullshit, honestly. As bullshit as I mean is we're trying to appreciate something, but we're going to go on our little tangents. I'm going to have to throw a bit of censorship in that's just because honestly, I probably do it for fun. You know, oh no, I can cover up that F-bomb.
Alistair starts saying some shit on the first time we start recording. Like, nah, God
Yeah,
damn it,
so
dude. God damn it, you son of a bitch! I told you what we were doing.
yeah, but no, this is art, and you'll appreciate it no matter how much you like it. So that is Mad God. Thank you very much, Gregory Carl, for suggesting this movie. And you have your wrestling podcast now. So where can we find that?
Mud Show. You can find us on Spotify, Anchor Podcasts, and Amazon. We're on Amazon Podcasts.
All right, very cool. Anchor, I've heard great things about, and as I said, the Podbean. If you keep showing me Glenn Beck suggestions, I'll be looking for a new. I'll be looking for a new platform to get my stuff distributed on. You can find, but I mean, all respect to you for doing a wrestling podcast, because I cannot do, what is it? WWE offers 7 hours of content.
See, here's the thing. This is what the Mud Show is. It's
Okay.
basically just two dudes just reminiscing about the old days and talking about things that caught our fancy through the week.
All right, no, that is very cool. I'm just saying, look, man.
It's a lot of Ray Ramon talk. Alistair is a very big Scott Hall fan.
Well, Scott Hall.
NWO. He got sober recently. He got well, he's not sober anymore, but he went through a period. He got back into wrestling. He texted DDP, and that kind of helped get him sober for like 100 days. But then he ended up relapsing.
Let's 100 days is an accomplishment.
No, I mean, it really is.
No, I attest to that. But
he's just back in full force, new fan, not really knowing what the hell is going on. So I'm just kind of educating him now, it seems like.
Well, do your best, because as I say, when you have 7 hours of WWE content and 3 hours of AEW content, and for me, somebody who watches AEW Dark Elevation while I'm editing my podcast, that would be another hour on top of that. So there's so much wrestling to watch.
It's a lot.
I'm still proud of subscribing to New Japan. So yeah,
I almost did that.
Definitely worth it in January. It's a challenge when the G1 starts, but if you can do it, yes. But it's still
thinking about it. I'm trying to get him into like an MOW and maybe watching a little bit of NWA, because I don't really hear a whole lot of people like covering that kind of stuff. And
I was watching Power until the pandemic screwed everything up, because AEW Dark became like 2-hour shows. No, this is supposed to be the stuff you do to impress the fans after the show ends,
yeah.
So I mean, that's but no, NWA Power was great. Aaron Stevens, I hope you just re-sign with NWA. I know there's bigger things for you, but please, man, it was just so perfect.
Yeah, Aaron Stevens is fucking cool on Power, man. But I've always been, for the last couple of years, I've kind of been an MLW fanboy. Like, I've watched a lot of guys from MLW to like bigger and better things.
If you can't go to indie shows, and not to say that I have the money to go to indie shows, because when I think indie, I think Chicago, because I worked downstate indie, and that's definitely not that quality. And I will stand by that. Regardless if it won't get me booked in Peoria. But
all right, you don't need Peoria, it's not that cool.
I don't know.
Regardless of what they think.
I don't know. I love the jukebox. I love the rubber man. I love the Chiefs. But I don't love the people. Okay, I said it. There.
There, now you feel better.
Yes, thank you.
There, this
Thank
is
you,
why
Greg.
we get along right here. It's like, God damn it, there, I said it. I feel better now.
Yeah, so all right. So you got that podcast again was Mud.
It is the Mud Show.
Thank you. Yes,
That's
the
what
Mud
we are.
Show.
We are the Mud Show of wrestling podcasts.
And MLW, regardless if I watch a lot of it, hell, Marty and Sarah don't watch enough of it. And they're sponsored by MLW. The Mud Show.
God damn it, that's a good pull.
Hey, look, Sarah took my Sarah took my interviewer job, okay?
God damn it.
Granted, she probably took it 3 years after I left it. But the fact is she took it.
Dude, MLW fucking rocked before the pandemic, dude. It was so good.
Oh, I knew, yeah. As I say, it's just so much stuff to watch. So it's great to know that somebody's doing MLW justice. So thank you very much for the Mud Show.
Trying, man. I don't know, man. All my friends are fucking addicts.
Well, I'd say you're
But hey, you know what? Wrestling brought him back to the light for a little while. Maybe wrestling will bring him back. I really kind of felt that. I brought him to that GCW shows. Like, dude, I got no one to come with me. We're doing this wrestling show together. Like, we should start seeing some shit together at least.
Yeah,
you know
no,
I mean?
no, God damn it, you're right. That's
like he was nervous. He was. It almost seemed like he was afraid to go.
Oh
He
no,
was like in the car and like, man, now I just kind of feel bad just forcing you into a social situation. I didn't know this was going to be a thing.
I understand that being somebody. I don't know. For me, being a loner most of my life, and it's like I just got to do shit. So it's trickier for me to actually go to a goth night, hoping I will meet that one girl who appreciates KMFDM as much as I do, and I think she's there. It's just damn near 2 decades in age. And a little more maturity because I live in a college town, and I'm not going to deny it. These kids trying to get their bachelors are probably wiser than I, or more educated, have more knowledge than I do, and experience can be overrated. But we're by this point that we're just jerking off our own stances. So listen to the Mud Show on Spotify. Listen to 90 for Chill, the podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Rate and subscribe. Give us those 5-star reviews to mess with the algorithm. Share it. At CutBusRuss is my Twitter handle. That's at CATBUSRUSS. But more importantly, if you want to be on the show, send an email with a movie. If you're a little more in depth, give me a theme, a director, an actor. And when I say a little more in depth, if you're just a movie that's under 100 minutes, greatly appreciate it. I have to do less work, but I can make podcast gold out of anything. So rustthebus07@gmail.com. That's RUSSTHEBUS07@gmail.com. And we'll create some fried gold. Thank you again, Gregory Carl, for coming back on the show and being my guide to Shudder. And thank you, Stacia Marie Harden, for still being my inspiration to keep moving on forward. And I hope you do the same for everybody else you touched in your life. Again, thanks, Greg, for coming on the show. Hope I didn't keep you up too late.
No, I'm good, man. I just got off at 10.
Yeah, I know you're doing that third shift lifestyle, but you got little ones who might expect you to, at least every Sunday, I expected my dad to make waffles. So
it's all right. I got a toaster and Eggos.
That will work. Hey, I didn't say you weren't wiser than my dad. So That's the only time it will ever say that about my dad. So thanks again, Gregory, and I hope to hear from you soon. What was that? Let's see. Gosh, I thought we had something to talk about. Oh, No Holds Barred. We will get to that at some point. I promise.
At some point, maybe someday I'll find it.
Oh, as I say, I will double check Hulu tonight, but yeah, it's around. So, all right. Thank you, Gregory.
All right, man.
Can I hear a wahoo?